Hello there, everybody. I hope you're well. As we are in Labor Day weekend, it's really hot out here in California. My goodness me. I hope you're well and doing the best you can under the circumstances. I'm going to take 5 to 10 minutes maximum of your time. I promise it won't be too long. I'm going to talk about voting, and it's something that's really important. I think you know that by now. This election coming up is not an ordinary election. It is not Republicans versus Democrats. It is literally having a country versus not having a country. That is exactly what this election is. The media is not telling you that, the news media. Corporate news media is behaving as if it's just a regular election, just another election, la di da, la di dee. But this is not that kind of election. This is real serious. So these serious times call for serious measures, and that means that we have to vote early. It's important that you vote early, very important, as early as possible. I would say on the first day of early voting. I really would. It's that important. And not only that, it's important that you do check to see that you are registered to vote. Make sure you continue to check once a week because it's very important. People do get thrown off the voting rolls, and the best way to check is to go online. I have put together a long list. You can find it on Twitter at the Popcorn REEL. It is a list of 50 secretaries of state websites. So these are the actual officials who are running the elections in each state. So this is straight from the horse's mouth, official, verified, factual information. And that's where I've compiled a list of all of these links to all of these sites: early voting, registration deadlines, being able to apply for your absentee ballot, everything. And by the way, ask for your absentee ballot. Make sure you demand it. Say that, hey, I know, let's for example, your state's mailing out these ballots in October. Say, look, I know that you're mailing these out in October, but I would like to come and pick it up from you instead. When is the earliest day that I can do that? And you can have someone drive you to the local county board of elections or to the Secretary of State's office, but particularly to your county board of elections or municipal clerk, and ask them when you can go down there to pick it up. Because believe me, the earlier you get that ballot and the quicker you fill it out and return it right back, whether it's in a drop box, whether it is through the mail, whether it is in person to your local county board of elections, the better. This election in November is going to come down to early voting turnout. That is exactly what this election is going to come down to. The more of us early vote in overwhelming numbers in early voting, there's no way that this guy can win if you all early vote and do so in large, unprecedented numbers. The election will be won, in my view, on the basis of how many people early vote. I honestly believe that if few people early vote, it could be a very troublesome week or two after November 3rd. If lots of people early vote, and I'm talking early vote, I'm not talking just a day or two before the election. I'm talking literally the first day that early voting is available in your state, you jump on it, hit it. And if millions upon millions of people vote early in their state, it's a wrap. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will be putting their hands on Bibles on January the 20th, 2021. So it's very important to early vote, very important to check your voter registration, very important to make sure that you are indeed registered. So make sure that's done. And also, if you are going to do an absentee ballot, which is the same thing as a mail-in ballot, any Secretary of State will tell you that. Ignore all the confusion. Absentee ballots and mail-in ballots are the same thing. Remember to be very careful about filling out these ballots because it's very important. You have to fill out these ballots, the absentee ballot, very carefully because there are reports. Business Insider did a report, in fact, has a great reporter by the name of Grace Panetta. She's on Twitter at Grace, GRACE underscore PAN as in Nancy, ETTA. And she tweeted something very recently, and I've got it on my Twitter page at the Popcorn REEL, a tweet thread which talked about the 5 most common mistakes that people make when they fill out their absentee ballot. And she cites these 5 things that typically a lot of people do that are wrong on their absentee ballot when they fill it out. And the fact that they fill it out incorrectly ends up getting their own ballot disqualified. When that ballot goes in, they look at it, and people in the state, who count, look at it and go, this doesn't meet our rules. Sorry, you got to throw it out. And that has happened to hundreds of thousands of voters. So this is really critical. I'm going to be talking about this again. I've been talking about it on my podcast, but I'm going to talk about it again in the next day or so. And I hope to have this particular journalist on. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I really would like to speak to her, and have her talk about this, because this is very important. A lot of people, we're all excited about, we want to vote, we can't wait. And then what we do, some of us, we are so excited, the adrenaline's pumping, we're anxious, and we rush through, we forget to sign our ballot. And then we send it off too late. It's disqualified. And you may never know if your ballot was disqualified or not. But you've got to check through when you do your ballot, when you fill it out. Make sure that you look through everything carefully. Make sure that you follow the rules of your state around absentee ballots. Make sure that you are aware if your state has photo ID or not, and you get the right ID. Do not wait to do that. I would be doing it the day after Labor Day. So that is the 8th of September. Get the stuff together, folks, please, because I'm telling you, we will be into October before you know it, like that. And then we'll be at November like that. I mean, it happens so fast. So please be careful. Please be vigilant about your ballot. Make sure you have a plan to early vote, and make sure that you tell your friends and family to do the same. Make sure they early vote. Very important. I've got this list. As I said, it's on my Twitter page. So please make sure that you are able to have a game plan and vote early, the first day of early voting. Lots more to talk about, but I promise I'll keep it short, and I'm going to stay to my word. Thanks very much indeed for listening, and be well and be safe.